Are we live?
We are.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's episode of Locked and Loaded, Tumblrcide. With us tonight is, as always, Sergeant Buck.
Mm-hmm.
Pavaros.
Hello.
And Smart Pig 2150. Hello, hello, hello. How you guys doing tonight?
Well, I just took a bite right when you said alive of steak, and so I'm like trying to quickly, chew it and swallow.
Sounds like you're not doing much chewing there.
I'm done. I've already.
That was quick. I wish I could do that.
No, I've had a very interesting day because I woke up this afternoon because I did not wake up this morning. I woke up at around like 12.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, shit! I wasted my entire morning sleeping. Woke up.
Yeah, we had this conversation yesterday, didn't we?
No.
About that whole sleep conversation?
Oh, about how I don't like. Meh.
Fuck sleep,
Something
man.
that's a little bit different.
Okay, well, as you were saying, before I rudely interrupted.
Well, I go upstairs to go get, go do the morning routine. And there's my roommate making steaks. And he just hands me a steak before I walk back downstairs with some cooked up naan bread. I'm like, okay, good morning.
That's sounded pretty awesome.
Yeah, free steak, man.
Do you guys have a tandoori to make that naan bread in?
Oh no.
Oh, that's too bad.
Last night I made gyros.
Ooh.
And I used garlic naan bread with gyros, so I went to this place that makes this really fantastic garlic naan bread and bought like 3 packages of it, so we just have leftover naan bread.
Oh man,
Sweet.
that's actually something I'm really looking forward to living up in this area is the different ethnic restaurants. Like I might actually find an Indian restaurant that is actually good up here.
I didn't know.
I haven't. It's a big city on the East Coast. Yes, they have just about everything that New York City has.
I only know Philly for their cheesesteaks, so.
Well, they do have pretty good cheesesteaks, but no, I'm looking forward to finding all the different Indian places because I haven't had proper Indian food in like a year and a half. No, longer than that. Fuck, it's been so long.
The last time I had Indian food, I was in Spain, of all places.
Wow, you've been to Spain?
Yeah.
Well, what?
Right? That's what I'm saying is like
For what, 10 days?
Spain? Dude,
10 days.
10 days.
Spain.
Dude, I couldn't even.
Yeah.
I couldn't even afford freaking 3 hours in Spain. Are you kidding me? Shut the fuck up.
I think that was right after a 10-day in Italy stint, too. It was a big family thing, so.
All right.
It wasn't just me.
Get it out now. Just fucking get it out now. Like where else?
This is completely rocking my world. Pav, we have to start from scratch. We've got to rebuild the audience. This Locked and Loaded is dead.
Ruining everything as I usually do.
Dick. Anyways,
Exactly.
But that's actually sounds pretty cool. I've never been to Europe. I've been to. Well, actually, the only other country I've ever been to is Japan. How ironic is that? I used to be a weeb, and then I went to Japan and stopped being a weeb because they fucking racist ass motherfuckers.
Oh,
And I married one.
Oh.
Fuck. Bad mistakes.
Oh, I see. Oh, no.
Yeah,
So,
my ex-wife was Japanese. We've had this conversation, guys.
Oh, yeah.
you never
I'm sure
mentioned
we have.
that like where it started, like as in.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, no, yeah, she was a local.
Okay.
I see.
Alright.
And she played the bait and switch game pretty well. Let's just say that. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah. Let's see. I've been to Canada when I was really young, because I
That's-
live in Washington, so
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not really surprising considering where you live.
If you go up to Bellingham, you're basically in Canada.
Right.
You're kidding? I consider that entire city of Seattle basically Canada at this point.
Wow,
Seattle
I'm
is just
offended.
Diet Vancouver, BC.
Basically.
Oof.
Except we don't run
Um,
out of weed.
No, no, we do not.
Canada does in the first
I'm
2
a-
days.
I've been to
True.
I've been to Mexico, and then I've been
Okay.
to the East Coast. But other than that, I've basically been in Washington.
East
You
Coast
act
is
like
not a
you act
country.
like the East Coast is another country, dude. What the fuck?
I was qualifying it.
As
Jesus.
travel? You're qualifying it as travel?
Well, I was I
Well,
said
you
East
know what?
Coast, and then I said basically the only other place that I've been in Washington, Canada. I mean,
Okay,
moved to
okay.
talking about Washington, California. Moved to talking about the other states.
Well, I've been to Alaska, but I don't remember it. I was actually born there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, my father was military, so it's not that hard to be born in Alaska if your father's military. And then I've lived in 3 corners of the United States. I spent a couple of years in San Francisco. I spent a few years twice on, 3 times, sorry, Charlevoix, Michigan. So I've lived in the Great Lakes area 3 times in my life for several years apiece. Florida for a large chunk, Alabama for a couple of years, and then the Northeast, Maryland and Pennsylvania. And aside from that, it's just Okinawa. So, I don't know.
Sweet.
I've traveled a bit, not by choice, but
Yeah,
You were in the military. That kind of happens.
well, no, I mean the military was by choice. So technically, I traveled by choice in that regards. But the rest of it is kind of like it's a luck of the birth lottery thing.
Yeah. God, fuck. I've been
So-
to Canada, Mexico, obviously. I've been to Spain, Italy, and Peru.
Apparently, my vape is really loud.
It was either
Is it?
your vape or my
I
vape.
haven't been able to tell.
I've just been muting myself when I vape now.
I didn't
vapes
even.
are- I think vapes are just loud in general.
Yeah, I didn't. I haven't been hearing your vape, so it's probably mine, and I don't really care. Did y'all hear me blowing into
Okay.
the mic?
Okay, that was a little.
No, you better do it again, just to make sure the audience heard you.
Well, I've got a noise canceling thing on this thing, so
didn't help.
sometimes it doesn't work.
That didn't help at all.
Yeah, no,
Rest
it's-
in peace, headphone users.
All right. Well, we all knew I was an asshole, so I'm not going to apologize.
Was a comment before the show that freaking we had grown a little bit in audience. There it goes.
Yep, and there we go. We'll never see 53 views again.
I'm sorry, guys. Hey, shut up, Thonger. Talking to Cynic.
Oh.
He told me to eat a foreskin.
Oh, that's gay.
Yeah, it's pretty gay.
That's pretty gay.
Can we just all agree that Australians, a great slur for Australians now is thonger? Because they go around thonging people with flip-flops.
What?
They call
They just hit you with a flip flop? Like I don't
Yeah, they call it thonging. Cynic told me about it. That's why he's
today,
Go ahead.
earlier today. We were all in freaking voice chat one with a bunch of people in Saints, and everybody was coming up with different Mike Pence names. I think one of them was probably Cynic's. Was Mike? Hold on. Oh Jesus Christ, where is it? Oh, Mike, celebrate Pride, get the electric ride. Pence was one of them.
Wait a second. Electric ride.
Yeah. So
That
celebrate Pride,
sounds
get the electric ride.
that sounds like a very very very, very grotesquely expensive vibrator. Electric ride. And
And it lights up.
it lights you up.
Yeah. It lights up so it can light you up.
So what's everybody sipping on tonight?
What's up? Okay, I'll start. I was drinking Red Hook, and I switched to Elysian Bifrost Winter Ale, which is... What the hell is this? 8.3%? It's like a dark pale ale, basically.
All right.
And
That sounds interesting.
it's good.
Pav, are you rushing off to get a drink right now? Is that what you're doing?
No.
Oh, you're just being really silent. Were you just stuffing yourself with steak in the moments that you had?
I have a giant steak sitting in front of me with some jalapeno cured bacon. So
So he's drinking
Okay.
steak.
He's drinking steak. Yes.
I'm drinking tea.
That sounds kind of lackluster and disappointing even.
If
Is
you
it
knew
Long
my
Island iced tea?
finances- If you knew my finances,
No, dude, I'm right there with you.
Um,
I understand.
tea is actually quite fantastic. Because
Yeah,
it's better than
I-
water.
Yeah, true. Hell, I've been drinking. To avoid drinking diet soda, I have been drinking seltzer water, which isn't much better.
Wha- Just drink water, my dude.
It's not club,
Dude,
it's not club soda.
It's
Don't drink
it's-
just straight club soda.
it's the carbonation. All right, it's what the carbonation is what makes it actually satisfying to drink. I don't-
I feel that, but still.
Because I've been drinking, and the tap water here sucks, and I don't have a water filter yet. So, I mean, I'm used to reverse osmosis water and cold water straight from a water filter fridge. I can't drink the tap water here, dude. It's gross. It's freaking gross.
That's why you boil it and then
Dude,
pour it
I'd-
onto
I'd-
some tea leaves.
I'd rather go outside and drink from a hose than drink the tap water here. I know
Well,
it's
you don't
tap
really-
water, but it's flavored by the hose.
The hose is probably cleaner.
Also, when it comes to hoses, it's being shot into your mouth so fast you don't even taste it. It just ends up in your stomach.
You know, Pav, we'd rather not hear about your escapades. That's kind of a little bit more insight that we needed.
I don't know what kind of party trick this is, but I'm out.
I feel like such a fucking hypocrite right now with me saying that. Holy shit. With some of the things that come out of my mouth on this day, holy fuck.
I've been saying a lot of things.
Yeah. So hey, yeah, let's oh, I forgot to talk about what I'm drinking. I'm actually drinking Dr. Pepper and Bacardi. Bacardi sucks, but it's better than nothing.
Hey,
Bacardi's good if you can't taste it.
hey, that's what I drink.
Dude, Bacardi sucks balls.
Bacardi's superior with like Coke or.
No, I disagree full-heartedly.
That's because you like spice rum.
Yes, I do.
That's what it is. That's
Now, if you-
like
if you
spice
want-
rum.
If you want a white rum, the only real acceptable drink that white rum is good in over spiced rum is the daiquiri. Because that is the rum used to make the daiquiri. Any other rum in a daiquiri, it doesn't make sense. It's too much. The flavors just don't mesh. But white rum is what the daiquiri was built around. White rum doesn't really have a flavor to it.
He's right.
So if you're going to drink white rum, Bacardi is not the way to go because Bacardi is just no. I mean, even white rum without a flavor with Bacardi, it's gross.
Yeah, well, I don't drink it straight. I drink it with like.
Oh, no. Silver
Depends on
Bacardi
what-
is like vodka with sugar.
basically.
It's not pleasant.
Yeah. There are other white rums. There are, Puff, Puff. There are other white rums out there that are better and a little bit cheaper.
Captain Morgan's.
No.
Captain Morgan
Ew,
is
no.
not cheap.
I was about to say that sounds like it tastes exactly the same.
No.
It
Well,
just
Captain
costs
Morgan,
$1 more.
dude. Captain Morgan's is no better than Bacardi. Even their spiced rum is no better than Bacardi.
You want to?
There are other brands out there. I can't remember the one I had recently off the top of my head, but it was tasty. I mean, you could actually sip on this with a little bit of glass, a little bit of ice in the glass with it, nothing else in it,
a little bit of glass
and
in
it
the
wasn't
ice.
bad. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. And when I remember what it is, I'll actually DM it to you so you can give it a shot and tell me what you think.
It's just all it is Bacardi is,
The echo of
$10.
alcohol.
Yeah. Well, I'm not knocking on you liking white rum. All right.
It's just cheap.
I mean, I'm not. I mean, it's not a race thing. I swear.
All right.
Oh my god.
But there are better white rums out there, and they're not expensive either. They cost just as much, well, just as little, if not less, than Bacardi does.
I mean, if you want a cheap spiced rum, in my opinion, Admiral Nelson.
I haven't actually seen that one. A good
Maybe
cheap.
that's a West
There
Coast
there are two cheap spiced rums that I actually suggest. One is Sailor Jerry, obviously. The other is Blackheart. Blackheart is delicious. I would even say that Blackheart spiced rum is better than Sailor Jerry, but I can't find it anywhere. I've only found it once, and it was while I was at Hilton Head with my wife. We found it in the liquor store that we went to when we first got there. I decided to give it a shot because it costs about the same as Sailor Jerry, and I was like, I love Sailor Jerry, but I'm willing to try new things. So I tried it, and it was fucking amazing. It was delicious. It was just the right amount of sweet too, and it didn't really have the kick, that kick in the teeth that Sailor Jerry has.
Mm-hmm.
And while I like the kick in the teeth that Sailor Jerry has, I also, on occasion, would prefer it to be a little bit smoother. And that's what Blackheart had. Blackheart is smooth, whereas Sailor Jerry kicks.
Okay, I don't think I've seen Blackheart out here.
Yeah, I'm not even there was 8 or 9 years ago. 8 or 9 years ago, there was a rum. It was called Captain Black rum. Captain Black spiced rum. I only found it once, and it was in a little liquor store in Fernandina Beach. And it's probably the tastiest fucking rum I've ever had, but I have never been able to find it again. Never. Then again, this is when I actually thought Captain Morgan's was pretty good. My tastes have developed over time, so I don't know.
Sounds like me with beer. Oh, cider's great. Now it's like, oh god, that's like drinking candy. No thanks.
Ramshay, it looks like you've had a little bit more, hit too much scotch already with that golf shit.
Okay, guys.
All right.
This is kind of a thrown off topic, but I want to bring this up since this was a part of one of the articles that we were talking about. Just like a quick little thing about
Quick
this.
little
So
side.
yeah, sure construction. So something that's being heavily promoted right now to buy during the holidays is a thing called Extra PC.
Should I bring this up?
You can. But it's a thumb drive, and what it claims is that it can turn your old computers into brand new. Now I see this, and knowing computers, I'm like, okay, what the fuck does this do? Because there is no way a thumb drive can be bootable faster than a hard drive, even on USB 3. And if you're talking about old computers, they don't have USB 3. Um,
Yeah.
so I started reading down it. Basically, what it does is it's got a bootable Linux OS on it. And so the whole point is that instead of booting into Windows, you're booting into the Linux on the thumb drive.
Oh my god! And they're selling this shit for $35. Holy shit!
No, I'm looking at this. I'm like, all right. Two things here. A, you could just put fucking Linux on this computer for free because it's a free operating system. B, no, most of the things people are not convertible over to the Linux OS. Yes, it's a nice OS for people who understand computers and do random shit inside it, but not for some like mama or grandparent who's just being like, oh, my computer, I want my computer to work faster now, and
So what they do is not only do they boot Linux off of the thumb drive, they then open up a virtual computer in Linux running Windows.
Oh my god, that's not gonna make it any better.
I know, that's the funny part.
It's okay. Hold
I'm
on.
getting little updates in the corner. Someone just purchased extra PC, 50% off in this location. I'm like, why are you telling me this?
Right?
Oh
Like,
my
why?
god, it's only $35. No, this is bad. Don't ever. There is no way a thumb drive be able. The only thing a thumb drive could do to help your computer is to install the installer for Windows on it, and then you reinstalling Windows. Because if you have a really old computer, probably you haven't reset your computer in a while, which has slowed it down a lot. And resetting the computer entirely would make it a little bit faster, but no.
I'm reading the page here. It works with any computer, Mac or Windows, laptop, desktop, laptop, desktop, or netbook made in 2004 or later. And it's hands down the easiest way to avoid spending $400, $500, or $800 on a new computer. Please show me where I can get a new computer for only $400. I don't think you can.
All right, there was a solid as Dell that was running a 1050 Ti and an i7, I think dual core, laptop at Walmart for $400.
Well, fuck, I'm going to Walmart then.
Yeah, no. Oh, don't do that. Okay, so I just saw.
It was a laptop. It wasn't.
I know. I need a real tower.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, don't buy computers from Walmart, guys. I saw a YouTube video not too long ago. I didn't actually look at it, like pay attention to it, but it breaks down why computers from Walmart are so cheap, and it's not worth it.
It's the same thing with TVs. It's actually
Yeah,
funny because Vizio and Samsung all have different quality TVs depending on where you buy them. If you buy them from Walmart, they're not as good as the quality TVs you can get from Best Buy. They're definitely not as good as the quality TVs you can get from Amazon or the store itself online. Don't buy technology from Walmart.
Yeah, no, don't.
Walmart decided that they were going to get into the PC building game, right?
Oh my god.
So they built two towers, one for 2,100 and one for 1,400. Oh, they were bad. They're like, okay, some of the specs are okay, but like, Pig probably knows this. It's really hard to bottleneck a CPU and a graphics card with your motherboard.
Yes, it
They
is.
did that.
Congratulations, you are the worst computer builder on the face of this fucking planet. Kill yourself before you touch a computer again.
Like we're gonna put in the new 8th generation i7 onto a chipset that is the B310, which has a extremely low bandwidth chipset. We're also
God.
we're also
Oh my
we're
god.
also going to give you 16 gigs, right? But it's going to be single channel 16 gigs, not dual
Oh my
channel,
god.
which cuts your bandwidth in half again.
Oh, oh my
So it
god.
runs like ass.
Well, actually, it didn't run like ass. It's just the frame timing was what really. So, oh yeah, you can get 70, 80 frames per second. You should be getting higher, but you can get 70, 80 frames per second out of it, but your frame time is sitting at like 20 milliseconds instead of something like an HP that sits at 9. And I'm not saying that as a good thing, because HP is shit. But but HP is sitting at 9 milliseconds frame timing.
Yeah.
Get yourself a
Mark
cheap tower
just-
at Walmart. We managed to outfuck HP.
Mark just kind of described it. You could fry your tower because the power supply was simply
Oh, yeah.
under the system's minimum.
Oh yeah, no.
Let's not even they're underpowering their system so much. They're let's say they've got a chip and
No, I'll actually give you the specs. Here, I'll actually tell you the specs. It was an 8700K. No, non-K. It was an 8700, 16 gigs of RAM, an SSD, a shit ton of fans and RGB with a 2070, right?
Mhm.
On a non-80 plus rated 500 watt power supply.
No.
God damn. That's
I'm not-
worse than I thought.
I've got a
Yeah.
I've got a fucking 650 power supply, and I'm looking to socket a 1070 into my rig.
Well, okay, all right. So let's not even. Okay, so
I
500 isn't bad. 500 isn't bad. Well, it's not. It's
No,
it's
but you
kinda
can't.
low.
You don't have a
It's
lot
kinda
of.
low.
You don't have a lot to work with there.
The fucking man, the 12 railing on it gives like less than 300 watts to everything else in
Jesus.
the freaking power supply. But not only that, not only that, it's not 80 plus rated at all. Like, it's not even 80 plus rated. It's not 80 plus
So
bronze.
so it's an inefficient power supply for that.
It's not even just
inefficient.
yeah, it's not just inefficient. It is not only is it not inefficient, it is
Okay,
you know,
so
I
there's
apologize for
when
interrupting
it
you. Go
comes-
ahead, Pav. You're
yeah,
better than I am.
So when it comes to power supplies, you have to. There's something that you have to worry about when you get cheap power supplies, and it's the difference between maximum and consistent power draw.
Right.
Max-
Standard load versus
max-
maximum load.
Yes.
Well, yeah. So a consistent is so normally what 80 plus does is it checks to see if what the consistent wattage output is. And so if it has an 80 plus rating, you know for a fact that that power supply is going to be able to consistently put out 500 watts. If you if it's not rated at all, you don't know if that's a consistent or a maximum. Now,
Right.
if it's just a maximum, that means that thing can put out 500 watts, but it can't do it consistently. Which
Yeah,
is
that's
going-
like it's like a peak.
that is, the parts of your computer can blow up. You can put enough wattage through that you can like destroy parts, especially in that cheap ass motherboard. And the fact they wouldn't even put in something with a 80 plus rating power supply, it's just like, oof. No.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
Bad.
Yeah, I don't generally even run a box without 1,000 watt power supply to begin with. I'm weird that way.
Well, you can. Having too much wattage is not normally a bad thing. It can cost you a lot, but it's not normally a bad thing. But,
Yeah, no, I just like having the room to expand if I really need to.
When you
Yeah.
buy a $2,000 computer, getting a power supply that is so sketchy that they didn't even powder coat it. Now, I watched one of the videos, which was I watched Linus, and he was looking at the power supply, and he's like, okay, so I've talked to a few power supply companies, and they've told me that it is less than a fraction of a cent to powder coat a power supply. You know,
Hmm.
not the just regular like gray looking metal.
Or silver,
Yeah. So
Mhm.
typically,
brushed aluminum.
yeah, typically when you see that, it means that they were so cheap they couldn't even do that. It's not a good sign. So it's 90 plus rated. I don't know if it's a maximum or a consistent 500 watts. It's 500 watts for a full 8700 freaking i7 and a shit ton of RGB that doesn't need to be there. Like, and also a 2070 graphics card, which
That sucker's gonna draw power.
that thing's gonna draw at least 300 at peak.
Yeah. Like when I was looking at upgrading my rigs just to take out this 960 and socket in a 1070, I found.
Do you know?
What's up?
I just kind of realized who the target victims are of those computers.
Fortnite players.
No, it's the parent and the grandparents. Oh, my grandchild needs a computer. Oh, they all like these flashy ones nowadays. I'll just go to Walmart and get one of those. That's exactly who the target is.
Mhm.
The old
Yeah.
people who just don't understand technology anymore.
Yeah, like fuck. When I was looking at just
And that's why they get away with it too, because people actually buy it.
Yeah, no, I agree with Mark. I wouldn't be surprised if that power supply is consistent was like 350 or less.
Yeah, I mean, like, before I actually started learning about computers and parts and everything, all I really knew was like you play games on it. That's what I knew. I knew what a motherboard was. I knew what a power supply was. I knew what the stuff was, but I didn't actually know how they all related to each other and how they were put together and the importance of the ratings and everything. I didn't know the fine detail stuff that's actually stupid important, right? So we went to. It was not Best Buy. Where was it? I'm pretty sure we went to one of those box stores. Might have been Circuit City.
Okay.
And I'm glad it was Circuit City and not Walmart, because I don't even think Walmart was selling computers yet. This was back in like 2006, 2007. They were selling laptops at the time, but they weren't selling towers yet. And we got a
Right.
we got a computer for my dad because he needed a new one because the one that he had built. He had built himself because he couldn't afford to go and actually just get one because it was my dad. He didn't. Yeah, I
Right.
mean,
Right.
he knew about computers and everything, but we just didn't have the money to spend on a computer, on a decent computer. So he parted it out and built it himself from pieces that his coworkers and his friends were discarding.
Right.
And it worked all right, but my mom decided he needs a better computer because the one that he has is dying. Like it was legit dying. It's like it was making some noises.
So my computer, like last week.
Yeah, it was making some noises. And we're talking about this and I'm remembering back in the day and I'm remembering like, man, we dodged a fucking bullet because if Walmart was selling towers at the time, we probably would have ended up going to Walmart and buying one of those, and god damn, it probably wouldn't have lasted a year with how much I was using it. Like yeah, it was pretty bad. I put it through the ringer.
Also, like little bit more bitching um on that computer. They didn't even okay. So you're spending $2,000. You're putting an 870 in there, an 8100 in there.
Yeah,
like,
The markup is like so fucking high.
but the heat sink fan for the freaking CPU wasn't even as big as, say, like in Hyper 212, which is a $20, you know,
Yeah, it's
which
it's not even as big as a stock fan anymore.
well, the Hyper 212 is fantastic.
No,
Yep.
what I'm saying is the fan in the freaking computers that they're putting in that the fan they're putting in the computers isn't even the stock fan that comes with the chip.
No, but it was. I was just watching this in horror because like they super glued the freaking
They super glued?
they super glued the USB 3 port in the motherboard. Oh, that's also another thing. As I was saying, if you're talking about old computers, they're not going to have a USB 3, so USB 2 is not going to be as fast as something like an internal hard drive. That computer that they were selling for $2,100 didn't even have USB 3 on the front. It had 4 USB 2.0 ports.
Mm.
I hate to make a current year argument, but it's 2018.
Yeah. I think it's actually time for us to move on from our geek speak and move to some actual articles, because while Merc is entertained, everybody else looks like their eyes are glazing over, I imagine.
Like, what the hell are they talking about? Oh man. Oh, but no, I just saw this article.
This was actually entertaining. Thank you. It was entertaining. For me, at least.
Yeah,
I guess that's the most important, is that as long as we're entertained, the audience has to be entertained. Alright, so first article. Buck, hit me with the article. Like, literally, come over here and hit me with it.
Yeah, I think this is a bad time to decide to go back because Bucky's in the bathroom.
Oh, that's right. He is. Alright, so, for y'all that don't know, I might as well plug, I started making videos recently. They're just stupid little videos. I mean, I think the longest one is 20 minutes. 25 minutes.
He figured out how to shapeshift his face. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, shut up. And they're just little videos that I'm doing to go accompany me getting back in shape. And I'm learning how to use the software that I have for video editing and whatnot. It's actually, what's it called? Livelight, I think? Lightworks. Actually, I went ahead with Lightworks instead of Blender or one of the other ones that I saw. So if y'all want to laugh or cry because of the sheer ineptitude of my editing skills, give that a shot. I will put a link in the Discord server.
Yeah, do that. I should start making videos at some point.
You should totally start making videos, Mr. I do video editing for a living.
Yeah, but that would require me to actually have footage. Like, I can edit all I want, but
start making footage then, dude. What do you think my problem is? I'm actually making my footage too, so I own every single little bit that I got. So let me go ahead and take the time. Wait a second. My latest video is in the Discord.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the channel.
Yeah, and you can get to my channel. Fuck it.
Go sub to Smart Pig. I don't even know if he has a fucking YouTube channel, but do it anyway.
I do have a YouTube channel.
We're talking about right now that he has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, let me go ahead and paste it real quick. That's not the right window. There we go.
Go sub to Pig so we can also beat T-Series that way.
All right, there's my actual channel right there. That way, all you have to do is click on the link and hit subscribe, and bell it. Don't bell it. Actually, you don't have to do that. You'll get a video update like every single day because I'm just going to be making little ones. Actually, no. Today's was actually kind of a decent length as well. I think it was like what, 13 or 14 minutes long.
11 minutes and 21 seconds.
Say that again.
11 minutes and 21 seconds.
Yeah. I was surprised that I got as much footage out of that as I did. So, but yesterday's was pretty long because, you know, I had a lot of time to actually talk. Because Sundays are rest days.
I'm looking at your videos and you go from fat nerd to military person to New Yorker. Like in 3 videos.
Wait, what?
I'm looking at this. Okay, so the refitness my journey day 1, dude. Come on now.
Do I
That
look fat or
shot-
something?
That shot with the scraggly beard, the ugly glasses, you can just tell. And then the next one, I mean, you look a little bit more acceptable as a human being. You know,
Thanks a lot, Pav.
it's you're looking okay. You know, still the ugly ass glasses, but you look a little bit more acceptable. And then the next one, it's like now you're a hoodlum from New York.
Okay, that's just because it was fucking cold out, and I didn't bring my. I had freaking. So in the first shot, it was like 36 degrees out, right?
Mhm.
And I have my neck gaiter actually around my neck, right? In the second video, it was closer to 50 degrees, and it was a little rainy. So I didn't need a beanie on.
Just keep.
So
in
I
mind,
just had my ball cap on.
Just keep in mind the neck gaiter always adds about 15 pounds.
Yeah, it does. So I put the ball cap on, and I was just walking around in that. And then again, it got down to 36 fucking degrees again this morning, and I didn't want the neck gaiter up around my neck because I was actually going to be exercising, like running and stuff. So I used it as a headband. I used it as a headband to keep the sweat from dripping down my eyes because that microfleece watch cap, it doesn't really absorb sweat very well. It just keeps me warm. And the hood was up to keep the wind off of my neck.
In your ears, but no, I'm just saying, like, the transformation, like, holy shit, day 3, you've already transformed into a completely different person. I'm impressed.
I don't know. I think you should watch a little bit more because it gets you start seeing the double chin.
Remember, kids, if you want to lose 50 pounds in 3 days, just learn how to edit.
No, that's yeah. I freaking after I was done shooting the footage for day 2, I actually got rid of all of the extra crap, and I was in the process of cleaning up my my mustache and the hair on the sides of my mouth because if you hadn't noticed, I was sticking my tongue out a lot and licking the left side of my mouth because I was pushing the hair out of my mouth. It was that long.
I will do that sometimes. I feel you.
And
I feel you on that.
if I'm talking a lot, I notice it so much more. So I was unconsciously doing that a lot, and I noticed it. I was like, ugh, that looks fucking gross. What am I doing? Oh my god, stop it. Oh my god, you did it again. It's freaking... So, and it was... And November was over, and I'd already decided that I didn't like the way it looked because it grows in very sparsely on my cheeks.
It does.
And so you can see. So I went ahead and just cleaned it all off, and was in the process of trimming and getting rid of the bottle brush of the chin beard. And well, I couldn't find my trimming scissors for the fine detail work, where I don't want to put my trimmer in really close because, well, it's dangerous for the rest of everything else. And so I said fuck it and tried to do it with the trimmer, and well, things happened. And and it was literally you know what, I've got nothing left to lose, and so I just burned it all down, and I'm starting from scratch.
I did that at the beginning.
Panda's sitting over here laughing her ass off right now because she remembers what I looked like when I was actually trimming. What I did was I actually got rid of all of the hair on the sides of my mouth, so all I had was the goatee and the mustache instead of having a proper Van Dyke, and I looked like a freaking Spaniard. Like one of those Spaniards from fucking, what was that movie? Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade? I think that was. You remember that guy in Spain and he was freaking changing the tire and they stole his car? Do you remember how bushy his freaking mustache was?
Yeah.
That's how bushy my mustache was. So, yeah.
So small editing tip. You know, don't use that text.
Well,
The font. If you,
I was using that font because I didn't want to dick with anything and break it. Because
What are
I had
you
finally
using
gotten it
to-
right. I'm using Lightworks. I'm learning how to use Lightworks, and I'm actually learning. I've actually learned quite a bit. I've gotten pretty good at putting things where I want them to be, and I am planning actually on experimenting with different fonts starting tomorrow, and I was gonna start experimenting with putting in audio in there on top of what's already there. I can't do anything about the cars because it's a very dense it's a very dense suburban area.
oh well, you
So-
don't have to. You don't have to.
What do you mean you don't know how to
do it.
just delete objects in your films? What's the
No, there's it's the audio that I'm talking about. You can't actually see the cars driving by because I'm really bad with camera angles, so
Well, you
everything
can
is
hear
pointed
them
at my
going,
face.
so,
There's a
okay.
couple of times where all you can see is my left eye.
Yep.
Not even gonna lie.
And you also decided to turn the camera without actually having the camera turn, and now we're just sitting there staring at you walking sideways.
Yeah, that was the first. That was the first one. That was really
Oh.
just more because the gyros in my phone decided not to pick up on the fact that it was turned on its side and in landscape view rather than portrait view. What the fuck is groppling?
I'm wondering the same thing.
I got nothing for you there.
Yeah, I'm.
And Cynic, yes, I actually have the bad habit of trimming the hair coming from my top lip with my teeth, and I hate that. I hate it so much. I hate that I do that. So I try to keep it trimmed so I'm not doing it because it just feels it seems like chewing your nails as well at the same time. So I don't like doing that, and I don't want to do it. Anyways, so yeah, I got in a fight with a pair of trimmers yesterday, and the trimmers won because they're not dead, and my mustache is, as well as the rest of my facial hair. And I'm thinking about leaving it off for a little while, just to see how it looks with the actual undercut, because I think on Saturday. No, I think probably Friday. I'm gonna go ahead and get the sides of my head cleaned up again because it's been quite a few weeks. I haven't gotten my hair gotten the sides of my head cleaned up since shit went down back in October. So
Yeah, I should probably do the same thing. My hair's on the sides. It's like it doesn't even look like I have an undercut anymore. I just have
yeah,
hair.
same here. Same here. But the hair on the top of my head's actually getting to a decent length now. It's almost to the point where I can actually tie it back if I wanted to without it looking like one of those freaking buns that stick up off the top of your head, which looks like I take human booster shots in the mouth when I do that. So I don't do it.
All right. Another little thing. Us getting just great shot of just your jaw. Is,
Yeah, like I said, I'm not that. I'm pretty horrible with camera angles.
Okay. All right.
I'm working on that.
I'm going to give you a suggestion that you are going to scoff at, and everyone else here is going to scoff at. Use a selfie stick.
No,
I'm not
actually,
kidding.
I'm not gonna scoff at that. I'm not gonna scoff at that. Buck actually suggested the same thing, and I'd already been thinking of doing it myself, because it actually puts the camera far enough away from you that you can actually get a decent shot, as well as
getting your hand off the camera, which removes
getting my hand off the camera. Yes, exactly. So, I might give that a shot tomorrow morning when I go out and do do my footage tomorrow morning, at least with the beginning, the first series of footage that I'll do, the before footage, because I do before footage and I do after footage. Before, where I actually talk about what I'm getting ready to do, and then after, where I talk about what I did, and it sounds kind of dumb, but it's me explaining what I'm getting ready to do, and then the after is how it went, like how I'm feeling and how I think I actually, if I did the exercise as well, if they're actually doing what they're supposed to do. Because when I did the ruck march, something's vibrating. Oh, my phone's vibrating. It's 10 o'clock. I've got a freaking timer for 10 o'clock so that I'm not staying up till like 2 o'clock in the morning and being like, oh, I didn't recognize the time was going by. Ha!
I slept through everything.
And then sleeping until like 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, because I don't like doing that. But
Hey, oh my god, one of your videos is recommended to me.
Really?
Another one of your videos.
Imagine that.
Well, no, that might sound stupid, but that actually normally doesn't happen very early on when creating a YouTube channel. You'll just get a bunch of recommended of a bunch of different people or like connected to videos that you've watched otherwise, but on lower end channels, they don't actually push other videos that you have created.
That's just because I haven't used the word faggot yet, and the YouTube algorithm hasn't been like, oh god, red alert, don't recommend this guy to anybody.
He means a bundle of sticks, YouTube. It's okay. Calm down.
No, I mean someone who sucks dick.
Well, there goes any hope for monetization. I tried. I really did.
Well,
much for that plan.
So if I click on one of my videos, none of my other videos pop up in the recommended.
True.
So, my low F video.
Yeah. So cool. That's cool. But I've got 3 videos in there. I've got a test stream that I need to just remove because it's like it's 2.5 minutes of nothing.
Nothing. There's no sounds.
There's no sounds.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Pig. I actually watched the entire thing, hoping to hear something like a joke. Oh fuck, I'm recording. Just something.
You're taking the Seinfeld approach and making a YouTube channel about nothing.
Well, I got to the end, and I'm like, I have to respond to this. So I posted in the comments, great stream, absolutely fantastic. Really eye-opening, had to watch a few times to take it all in. 10 out of 10, beautiful.
Would super chat again.
All right. Well, let me see about getting rid of it like right now here.
It was like if there was at least some kind of, some kind of statement or just like, oh fuck, I'm streaming. That would have been funny, but there was nothing.
Yeah. There's my live ones. I'm going to click on that. Whoa, upcoming. When did I create that?
You can do that sometimes by accident.
All right, whatever. I'm just going to click on it, and I'm going to where is it? I don't fucking know what I'm doing. Visibility to private. Save. There we go. Oh hey, there's the delete. I understand that deleting a video from YouTube is permanent and cannot be undone. Delete video.
How do I delete this
deleted.
faster?
I deleted the wrong one. There we go. I had 2 live streams in there, right? One was one that hadn't even happened yet. Apparently I created it. But there we go. I'm getting the hang of it, guys.
You're learning.
Right? Hit me enough times with a stick and I'll know to dodge the stick.
Doesn't matter, it's in the past. No, okay.
No, I got the reference.
Okay.
Rafiki. You did a really bad job with the accent, but you know.
Yeah.
That's you with accents anyways. So let's actually move on to a news article because we've been talking for
Next
an hour about...
article.
No. First article.
Where should we start? I just pulled up a fuck ton of them. I've got them all just sitting here.
All right. Well, let me see here. Back to show construction. Let's letters that inadvertently do it. No, let's not do that. It's dumb.
Oh, the license plate one? Yeah, no.
No.
Oh, I was about to be concerned.
This one. Let's do this one. The Americans are meaner on Twitter.
What?
That's a good way to start things off.
All right, I'll kick it off. Just bring it up and.
It's there.
All right. So NPR, National Public Radio, published this little doozy. Research news. Study shows Americans are meaner on Twitter than Canadians. No shit. That's really surprising there, buddy.
How many Sherlocks did you have to hire to know that Americans are ruder than Canadians? It's fucking Canada. They apologize for everything.
And newsflash, Americans are assholes. Both on and off Twitter. So, a recent study conducted by researchers in Canada, that explains it. Well, we don't have to go through the rest of the article.
Yep.
We know why they actually did this study. A recent study conducted by researchers in Canada found that tweets by Canadians tend to have more positive words than tweets by Americans. The study used a data set of 40 million tweets from 3 different people. It eliminated bots and tweets that were not in English to determine
so much for fucking French Canada.
All right. To determine characteristics of Canadian users versus American users. Briar Snefjella. What?
What? This is
that
why I
even
don't read names.
Is this even a Canadian name?
No,
BS,
that's
a researcher at
BS.
Yeah. Bullshit. A researcher at McMaster University in Ontario was the lead author in the study. What we found is that if you go into Twitter and you quantify the most ...
Why is that cut out?
Yeah. What?
Probably because he's a fucking nerd and he started going into nerd speak, and they're like, eyes glaze. Characteristic language of Canadians and Americans. You find that characteristic language really, really.
Characteristic?
Yeah, you find that
No,
that characteristic language
that's
really, really strongly matches the sort of established stereotypes of Canadians and Americans. This bus ain't slowing down! A team of computational linguists, researchers parsed through the words and symbols of tweets that were marked with latitude and longitude coordinates. So they... Really? The study showed that the tweets reflected the nice Canadian and rude American stereotypes. It's because only asshole Americans... Okay, I can't say that. All Americans are assholes. I get it. Only really asshole Americans actually tag where they're tweeting from because they think it's important.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
A team of computational No, I read that already.
Yeah, you read that. Yeah.
For Canada, you're talking about words like great, amazing, awesome, thanks, being very characteristic. For Americans, is words like swear words of all kinds, no shit, and then a lot of words that evoke negative emotional states like hate, miss, bored, tired. Maybe because we fucking hate missing. I got nothing.
We hate things, miss things, we're bored, and we're tired all the time. This article is so stereotypically Canadian that...
I got it. We hate the state of America today. We miss the state of America yesterday. We're bored with all the arguments, and we're tired of the bullshit.
There we go. Yeah, good. We got him.
Boom. Got him. But as for why Americans and Canadians choose to tweet this way, that's much harder to determine. No shit. It's a very, very difficult question to answer. Shit, tells Green. There is a whole body of research in social psychology that basically says that those stereotypes of us aren't true. If you just survey lots of Canadians and Americans, personality traits on average... No. Stereotypes are stereotypes for a fucking reason.
It's how you fucking categorize things.
No, it's like stereotypes become stereotypes because while they're hashtag not always true, more often than not, they are.
Yeah.
And that's why they're called stereotypes.
It's general categorization. Like,
Americans are generally more assholish than Canadians.
Yes.
They don't have guns.
This is a documented fact.
Yes, based on a study out of Canada.
I mean, we're assholes to each other, but we're more assholes to Canadians because Canadians are fucking pussies. I stand by my words.
Canada, you elected a drama teacher as prime minister. I hope you're happy.
There's quite a few of them that aren't.
Well,
it's like, I know, like, what,
fucking
15?
sucks to be them.
I've known 15, known and been friends with like 15 or 20 freaking Canadians. I've only known one hard-ass Canadian.
That's more than I've met in my entire life.
I still know him. I still play games with him a lot on Fallout 76. He is a hard-ass. He's my buddy.
Have you confirmed that he's a lumberjack?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually,
then he is a
yes.
hard-ass Canadian.
I'll show you a picture of him later.
Because you can't be a hard-ass Canadian and not be a lumberjack. It just doesn't work.
Dude, his beard game is on point.
It is so on point. Okay, yeah.
Yes, his beard game is like stupid on point. It's like it's not even funny. I'm not jealous of many people for nothing. Okay, I'm jealous of him because his beard is just so freaking amazing compared to anything that I will ever grow because I got fucked with the genetic lottery here.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the left side of my face is like, fuck you, pal, no hair over here.
Yeah, I'm such a fucking mutt. I'm such a fucking mutt that I have the genes of one people on my chin and the genes of other people on my cheeks.
I'm just fucking Irish.
Damn it! None of y'all actually picked up on that.
No, I get it.
I was setting up for a bukkake joke, but you know,
No,
neither of you
No,
were willing to
my head
capitalize
went
on it.
there.
No, not really.
That's gay.
No, we're not on beards anymore, Mirk.
That train has left the station. Do not pass go. Do not collect anything close
now-
to $200.
Where was I? Fuck, where'd that article go? There it is. I tabbed out of it so for some reason so I could look at the chat really quick.
Just hit the end of the article.
No, there's still more.
Is there? There's a daily newsletter. Oh, holy shit! There's like a whole 3 paragraphs.
There's like, dude, no. There's like 3 sentences, spaced so that they look like paragraphs.
I fucking hate
So fuck it.
NPR.
I'm not actually gonna read the rest of this because it's not. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna bother reading the rest of this.
Fire your
Alright.
goddamn editor.
All right, now cue next article soundbite.
Next article.
Good job.
That's what they pay me for. They pay me in
You
beer.
get paid?
And by they, I mean
about-
I pay
how about-
myself.
But seriously, Merc, what the fuck is groppling?
Yeah, I'm
The world
I'm
needs to
still-
know.
confused about this.
And we're going to just sit in
Is it-
silence until he answers us.
Is it a
Which is
combination of
gonna
groping
take,
and grappling?
like,
Is this like
2
competitive
minutes.
rape? I don't know what's going on here.
I mean, if we're going to go there, then yes, I do have some experience with gropling. I was in the army for 6 years.
But
Don't ask, don't tell. Am I right? Can
are we
Really?
talking about donut now?
God, I need to watch Red versus Blue again
yeah,
just for Donut.
Jesus Christ, Pick, you need to watch Red versus Blue just for the fact that me and Buck reference it so much, and you need to be able to keep up.
when you and I stream, it just devolves into red versus blue lines
No,
for like an hour.
I watched Red versus Blue through season 6?
Wow.
And then
at least you
and then
saw
I
the new
haven't
season.
and then I haven't watched it since because I just had other stuff going on. Like, you know, the army.
Real shit.
Real shit. No,
Well, I lost Hollow Hail.
yeah, I'm even more confused now. I'm just confused about everything today. Just everything that anyone is telling me today is confusing.
It's a Monday. Everything is wrong.
Yeah, but it's like my day off. I've been
I
working for
know.
the past 5,
This is-
6 days, and today's my day off, and now I'm just sitting here. I'm like, nah.
Do I really want to be doing this with these assholes? Hollow Hail?
Hollow.
Hail. I don't know.
I have never experienced Hollow Hail.
As in, like, rain?
That's what it seems like to me. I mean, do you know what anything else? You know what anything else would be considered hail? Raining styrofoam beads, but made of snow. Actually, yes, I have.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay,
have actually experienced that stuff before.
So it's like rain mixed with snow type thing.
Kinda.
Yeah, we get that all the time here.
Yeah, it's called slushing.
Yeah, I have dealt with that stuff. Okay. And why did you ask me this?
It's called groppling.
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 Huh.
Groppling.
That's that's a weird ass name for a weather phenomenon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I like the whole idea of it being some kind of cross between groping and grappling more.
Oh, it's okay. So it's not sleet slush. So it's not frozen rain.
I guess not.
Yeah, apparently.
Jesus. Um,
Oh, hey, by the way, I got more custard shop vape.
okay.
I actually got all three of their flavors now. I found a deal online where I could get 300 milliliters of it for like $20.
Shit.
Oh, that's why you brought it up. Yeah, I have experienced it before. Yes. Let's see. It's the butterscotch custard, which I've had. It was freaking amazing. Then there's a raspberry custard, which I'm going to be trying, not next actually. And there's a blackberry custard, which I am trying next. Right now, because I ran out of juice yesterday, and the new juices came in today, I actually went and found a vape shop, and I picked up a juice. The juice line is Delights. Oh, it's by Milkman. It's the Milkman. It's Milkman Delights is the line, and it's called Truffleberry. It's a raspberry truffle.
That sounds. I don't understand how people do the um custards or dessert vapes.
I like the custards. I like the desserts. That's just what I like. I like fruit every once in a while, but
Can you
the
get them
flavor, the flavors for the flavors for the fruit flavors and they just don't stick for me. They just don't. I don't know why.
Like it's hard for me to be eating food or like drinking soda and then take a hit of some kind of custard vape. I'm just like, that's a mixture of flavors that I was
soda,
not expecting.
fried chicken, pie. Oh fuck no.
Pie.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I can separate the two. It's like
Did they make vapes in like fucking savory flavors?
yes, actually they do.
Oh, that's troubling.
It's
Because then I might
nasty.
start.
They actually do make them in savory flavors, but you'll be hard pressed to find them
Mm-hmm.
because they don't make them anymore. Because those were the flavors that gave you popcorn lung.
Oh.
Oh, not good.
Yeah. No, I'm actually talking out my ass. I don't know if there's any flavors that you can get in the savory flavors. I like
I
the
mean, I can imagine bacon flavors because people like to put bacon in everything.
the problem with the savory flavors is you get savory from saltier or animal products,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
whereas fruit flavors are easier to reproduce because you can actually legit use extracts from the fruits themselves to make the flavors.
Mm-hmm.
So you actually, if you have an apple vape, guess what? There's apple in that vape.
Yeah, like Reds.
Mm-hmm.
Red's vape is literally just apple vape, and then they also add in like freaking.
Yeah. With me, when it comes to my vape, I like very rich flavors, and fruit flavors, on more often than not, are going to be a more airy flavor, a lighter flavor, and because of my sense of taste, I very quickly adapt. My sense of taste very quickly starts ignoring it. You know, I get vapor's tongue very quickly when it comes to that. It's like when you're eating.
To explain what vapor's tongue is when your vape is something too much to the point where all you're tasting is the cotton. You're not even tasting the juice anymore.
If you're tasting cotton in your vape, it's because you're burning the fucking cotton. You fucking heathen.
No.
I'm joking. It's not so much the cotton. It's not so much the cotton you're tasting. You're not tasting the actual.
Anything.
You're not
Yeah,
tasting
you're not-
anything. It's like you're breathing air.
For me, it's always been alright, whatever.
I don't know. But yeah, vapor stung is where your taste buds and your sense of smell just adapt. It's like when you spend a lot of time in an area with a particular kind of smell, like there's a paper mill in the area. Eventually, you don't really notice the smell of the paper mill anymore. It's the same phenomenon.
Yeah.
It's just it happens really really fast for me with the airy flavors. With the richer flavors, it takes a while, and which is why I switch between several different flavors. I don't have a main for more than a couple of weeks, and I'll switch to another one, and then I'll go back to that one later on.
It's like it's how people who like stink really bad can go on through their life and
And not notice their own
Yeah.
stink.
oh Jesus Christ! Don't
Yeah,
ever
that's-
work in customer service.
That's
You will
what
throw up
working in
when
kitchens
people stink.
gets you.
I
I have a really hard time with that. I really do, because I'm used to being so fucking sweaty and gross day to day in kitchens that it's like I get home and it's like I haven't showered in a week. Huh.
Wow, I can't imagine. I would feel so grody. I mean, I've done it, but
It's
I-
when
I've
I
had-
realize how long it's been since I've showered, I go, oh fuck.
yeah,
But
when I
like,
was
like
when,
I'm-
when I was
3 days. Got it.
yeah
But
go pig,
what-
go pig, go on.
It's like-
okay, when I was a kid, I had a personal hygiene problem, right? I just did. I didn't really care. I didn't wash my hair. I didn't shower very often. I stank, right? And then I joined. Well, actually, I fixed this particular problem well before I joined the army. But when I was in the, I had gotten to the point where I preferred to shower every couple of days because, for some reason, I didn't like the way my skin felt after taking a shower. It just and that was due to the type of soap that I was using. My skin felt dry and tight, and I didn't like
Oh,
it.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
a shampoo that did that. It was god awful.
Yeah, I didn't like it. So I showered often enough to where I didn't smell like ass all the time, but I didn't shower every day because I hated the way it made my skin feel. And then I joined the army, and they literally made you shower every single day.
And they put you on a regiment.
Yeah,
Mhm.
put you on the regimen. Yeah.
So I got used to that, and I actually figured out that hey, not all soap makes your skin feel like that.
Yeah.
So now I feel uncomfortable if I go more than 24 hours, not 24, day and a half. So like I wake up in the morning, I take a shower. This is usually like a Friday. I'll take a shower as soon as I get up. I'll go to work. I'll get home. And if I didn't sweat a lot during the day, like especially in the winter months when it was getting down into the 70s, I wasn't sweating
Yeah.
because I didn't need to. I wasn't hot. But I would feel fine not showering until Saturday night. But I would shower either Saturday night or Sunday morning, no later more than that, because I would start feeling grody.
Yeah.
That buildup of oil in your hair and your balls. And it's just like, nope, this isn't comfortable. I'm taking a shower.
Yeah, like with me when I did catering and worked in restaurants, I got so used to standing in front of a 500 plus degree oven for 8 hours a day in a chef coat and all this other stuff with other people who did the same thing that I just didn't care. Now that I'm working at Amazon, I'm much more aware.
Cognizant.
Yeah. But like,
that's because
you throw me back in a kitchen environment, I'll be like, yeah, I won't shower for a week. Just because I'm so used to being that drenched in sweat and just so fucking worked up that I'm like, oh, showers? What the fuck are those?
Yeah, but that's the thing though. It's only I can only stay comfortable not showering as long as I'm not doing work. Like
Yeah.
if I'm just sitting in my computer chair and it's not hot, I'm not sweating or anything, I'm fine because I'm not sweating, I'm not getting grody or anything. But it only goes for like, as Merck says, like 36 hours, 36 to 48 hours tops.
Yeah.
And that's as long as I'm comfortable with not showering. Even if I haven't been sweating, even if it's been cold and I haven't been doing any laborious tasks or anything like strenuous labor or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm in July, I was showering when I got up, and I was showering when I got home.
Yeah, I
Because
tend to
I
shower
just-
a lot more.
Yeah, in
Often.
the summer months, it's like 102 outside. I've had like 3 gallons of water and a whole gallon of Gatorade throughout the day. I didn't pee at least. It's like I went the only time I'd peed throughout the entire day was when I woke up in the morning and then when I got home, because I didn't have to. My body was using that fluid for other things like sweat. You know.
Yeah.
I'll shower as soon as I get home. Like as soon as I get home, as soon as I got home, at least, I would sit down. I'd have a cigarette. I'd say hi to everybody. And have a brief conversation, and then I'd go and take a shower.
Mm-hmm.
Before I even ate dinner, I had to take a shower because I just felt so gross and sweaty and grody. So.
Speaking of gross.
Yeah, what's that next article that you got?
Gross and grody would be yeah, shit, that didn't work. I don't remember
No,
what the
no,
next
it sure
article
didn't.
that you were. I don't remember.
I
don't think I'm looking at the same next article that you guys are.
I know. I know which
really
one.
just
I think gross. I think gross and grody would apply more to Laura Loomer.
Oh, the Laura.
Oh man.
So we don't actually have an article for Laura Loomer right now, do we?
No,
We never found one.
No, I haven't found a single. I found a Tim Pool video on it, but that was pertaining to Twitter stocks falling with them fucking banning conservatives. That's a different thing entirely.
So I'm pretty sure everybody knows what Laura Loomer did in front of the Twitter headquarters.
Yeah.
What was it, Wednesday?
I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday.
Wednesday or Thursday. She did it in the
Somewhere in
evening
there.
hours.
Yeah.
Where she handcuffed herself to Twitter headquarters with a Star of David pinned to her chest, likening her Twitter ban.
Before you go, Buck, pull that article up.
Okay, yeah, I'll pull that up right now.
You found one? You found one?
Yep.
Good.
Oh,
And, like-
Jesus. I thought the left did this shit. I really did.
Yeah?
And now... I mean, I didn't like Laura Loomer before, but...
I thought she looked better as a blonde. Right now she just looks like a...
She looks like fucking Morticia Addams, but...
Yes!
Kind
I was
of.
gonna say, she looks like a fat Morticia Addams.
Yeah. Like she's not trying.
That is exactly what I was thinking when you said that. I was like, what's that name? What's the name of the mom from Addams Family? And then you said Morticia Addams. I was like, that's the one.
The one that only metalheads want to fuck.
Wait, I would fuck the shit out of that woman. I have no idea what she looks like now, but I could very easily put a paper bag over her head with a picture of her younger self on the front.
Oof.
All
right.
I think she's dead.
So I like cynics. I like cynics.
Good luck there.
Intensifies.
Oh, okay. If she's dead, no, I'm good.
Yeah, necrophilia, please. All right. So, death of a provocateur is the name of this article by The Verge, which means that this is not going to be at all biased. You know,
We don't normally read from The Verge, but here we go.
To be fair, she is pretty cringe-inducing. This whole mess was.
All right. So, by now, anybody who lives a social media life has probably heard of Laura Loomer, the 25-year-old far-right provocateur and self-styled Patreon supporter investigative journalist, handcuffed herself to Twitter's headquarters in New York City on Thursday evening, and, in her words, threw away the key. Oh, how dramatic.
She's 25?
Threw away the key. She fucking dropped the key. She lost the key. She didn't throw away the key. She lost the key.
She's 25?
No way. She looks like
she's
she's 40.
Yeah. Fucking words right out of my mouth. I would have guessed like 42.
Fucking
apparently she's
far right conservatives it's a hell of a fucking drug.
Right. She was protesting Twitter. She said because she believed the permanent ban she earned. Oh, this is a ban on her.
Yep.
From the Service for Hate Speech was unfair. That was a weird sentence. Maybe I just read it weird. She wanted her account reinstated. She was also there to take action over what she sees as the company's discrimination against conservatives. So this long little explanation. The account holder was suspended for violating our policies. We may apply Twitter rules impartially and are not based on ideology, the Twitter spokesman told The Verge last night. The protest, such as it was, went on for a few hours until Loomer had her full fill of the cold and asked the police to find a pair of bolt cutters to free her. She only lasted a few hours. Wow. That's
Yeah, she only lasted a few hours. I mean, she got what she wanted out of the whole situation. She got freaking huge amount of publicity for it.
Oh, I thought you meant she got banned.
I don't think so.
She left the police car was not arrested. She left in a police car but was not arrested. As Twitter decided to press charges, a live stream of the protest surged in popularity on Twitter, and Loomer ended the day as a trending topic. Oh.
And I think that was the whole point. She wanted to be trending on Twitter.
Hilarious. While that is one kind of victory, it certainly gave Loomer some of the audience attention she craves. Her protest was noble for...
Lost you there, Puff.
I think he got stuck at Laura Loomer's protest being considered noble for any reason whatsoever.
Yeah, what? Noble?
Well, the word you wanted was notable, but noble is even a worse way to describe it.
I don't even think that you could really describe it as notable. I think it could be described as fucking hilarious, but not notable.
Was she like fucking likening? Wasn't she likening conservatives to the Jews? It's like, okay.
Yes, that's exactly what she was doing.
Exactly.
I haven't received a DM from Twitter staff with a message full of Zyklon B, so I think we're good there.
Okay. Her protest was notable. Confuse the shit out of me for precisely the opposite reason. It drew attention to Twitter's opaque, unevenly applied content policy. What?
No, that's true.
That is true.
Okay. Which does have a lot of problems, but they're consistent across the board. While
No, they're not.
Loomer and the other right-wing voices believe Twitter and other social media platforms have been systematically shadow banning conservatives, unduly promoting their opponents, liberals similarly feel the same. They're being banned and suspended for saying things conservatives would get a pass for.
Okay, hold up. You can't admit. I know, but I have to interject. This. Oh my god. You can't admit that Twitter's policy has problems and then say it's consistent.
Yeah, no, that's kind of contradictory.
It's one or the other.
I don't think that's it, Chief. I don't think that's it.
This policy is consistently unevenly applied. That actually makes sense. But if it's unevenly consistently applied, that doesn't make sense.
No, it makes sense that the words are there. It just doesn't make sense the order that they're in.
Yes.
Clearly, there can't be a widespread institutional bias against both sides, but arbitrary enforcement of the rule would certainly give both sides the impression that they are being punished for crimes other people would get away with. The um the habitual opacity that accompanies bans in is how do I get hung up on the like easy words is a
Your tongue hates you,
Vespertive?
Pav.
Vespertive
And you're not the drunk one.
yeah of an earlier form-driven internet when mods were demigods and admins wielded absolute power. Users could be banned for anything at all without even a recourse. And living with that ever-present anxiety was part of what kept protesters in line. Bad behavior,
Posters.
however, posters. Bad behavior, however, would be tolerated by the permissive admin if it was assuming enough, which is a part of part of the reason that provocateurs of all stripes still enjoy outsized reputations online today. Thumbing your nose at authority makes teenagers cool too. Wait, what the fuck is this?
What does that
article?
mean?
Yeah, like I think it's like flip the old way of flipping somebody off.
They could have just stopped at enjoy outside reputation. Thumbing your nose at authority makes teen. That line just that doesn't make. Why is that there?
Yeah, I don't know either because it feels like the writer is trying to add things, but it's done in such a weird way.
They're trying to make the word count.
Or that, yeah.
As the internet,
Trying to get that
as
pay.
the internet developed and professionalized, the admin anxiety gradually disappeared. Platforms adopted quasi-permissive protections, freedom of speech.
See that right there, that choice of words right there is them trying to look smarter than they actually are.
Yeah.
That was the editor throwing that in there.
Yeah.
Exclude hate speech. Freedom of speech excluding hate speech. Jesus Christ.
You
freedom
cannot
of
have
association.
freedom of speech if there is such thing as hate speech laws. I am a firm believer in that.
Freedom of association, freedom of thought, and the like. The mimicked Americans' own Bill of Rights. That mimicked Americans' own Bill of Rights. The founders of the world's largest and most influential tech companies thought that the internet as the only truly free space, and much like those who conducted this country's westward expansion, they forgot that the other people who might live there had rights to. Jesus Christ.
Hey, Pav.
I'll let you guys read.
One second. I'm about to paste a word in show construction. I want you to read it.
Okay. No.
He doesn't even try. He's like, no, fuck you. I was hoping that you would actually read it and read it right in the first one so I can be like, what the fuck? You can read this bullshit ass word, but you can't read is?
Well, you want me? Okay? I'm gonna be a dick.
No, I'm too dyslexic for this shit. Why do you guys make me read? Fuck you.
Because you're actually getting better at it.
There we go, Pop. Read that.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
God damn it!
Anti-disestablishment and I can't even fucking read that word. What the fuck, Pav? How come you can read this hard-ass word, yet you can't read is?
I'm dyslexic. Have I not said that?
How is I and S anything like each other?
It's
B and D I can understand. B and D I can
No, that's
understand.
not
A and
entirely-
O I can understand.
I-
Freaking I and S I can't. Ugh.
That's not entirely it. You imprint words that aren't there. You take words away. So when I say in instead of is, it's because that's what. Never mind. I'm gonna keep
No,
reading.
we understand what dyslexia is. We're just giving you shit because it's fun.
Ah.
It all makes sense.
It all adds up.
Quadro omni flucens mortinati. Okay.
What?
The thing that Myrick added me for.
Oh, I wasn't looking at chat. 'Cause,
It's in general.
Oh, it's in general.
Quando omni fluncus moritati. Moritati. I didn't want to pronounce that I between the R and the T for some reason.
The result is people like Laura Loomer, they've forgotten that at the end of the day, the Jack Dorseys and Mark Zuckerbergs of the world are still admins. And we still
Moving
post yeah. We still post at their pleasure. Twitter and Facebook are not democracies, though they might take pains to appear that way.
They
They are
shouldn't.
businesses, not altruistic entities that exist for their users' benefit. They
Hey,
are
Pav.
fundamentally yes.
Cynic wrote something in the chat for you. I'm not even going to bother trying to say that word. Looks
That's
like
not even
marsupial.
English. Yeah, that doesn't even look English. All right. They are fundamentally.
Mercaptifurian?
What?
I can read it. Says the fucking English major.
Yeah, we're not really impressed when you can read words because that's kind of the whole point of your useless fucking degree.
You want us to be surprised?
They're
It's like-
fundamentally not governments, though they might like to be. Being banned from Twitter feels like the end of the world or the end of your career, but it isn't. Unless, like most provocateurs, attention is your livelihood and your paycheck depends on the spotlight. This is coming from a journalist. This is why deplatforming and cleaning up online communities supporters may grouse about grouse.
Deplatforming
Okay.
doesn't solve problems. It
About
just
the
delays them.
Of a perceived champion. But very few of them are willing to leave the comforts of a familiar platform to venture out into the wilds of a new one. As of writing, Loomer, who claimed during her protest to have 265,000 followers on Twitter, she was promoted on her writing, where she promoted her writing, has 139 patrons on Patreon who donate to get her journalism. The audience is hardly the same.
Well, no shit.
Yeah, that's
Not a
what? Like
That's not a valid argument. Just because
No.
I have 600 followers on Twitter doesn't mean I have 600 people wanting to give me money on Patreon. It's not the
I mean-
same.
Yeah, I mean, just because I've got 50 followers on Twitter doesn't mean I have 50 people trying to suck my dick all the time.
it's
It'd be
just,
nice, but
I don't even have a
Um,
Patreon.
why
okay.
don't you have a Patreon?
Because
Even
I want
Pav has a Patreon.
What?
Shut up, Pav.
Don't ruin this for me.
Where's my pay? I have one and I'm not getting paid.
I made one for you just for locked and loaded.
Oh shit.
I actually made one for you, and all proceeds
did.
that
You-
are supposedly going
Pav.
to you are going to me.
Pav, we both made one. You have 2 Patreons, neither of which are in your name.
Yep. So you've got I think you've got
You're
like
making
30
500
people.
bucks a month, and none of it's going to you.
I could
Exactly.
use that, guys. Come on now, please.
We're not being
Hey,
serious.
hey, come on now. I don't have a job, all right? I need it more than you do.
You
Okay.
just bought like a shit ton of vape juice. I read a vape juice
How
3
did
days ago.
how can you not freaking? Never mind.
Let
I
me
know.
explain
I
something to you.
no.
The first
You don't have
December
to.
1st. No, hold on. December 1st came up. I would like to. So my rent is $300. On December 1st, I looked at my bank account to find out I was $30 short.
Yeah.
30.
It sounds like
What's your grace
Sound-
period on rent?
let me give you.
I was able to pay it the first, but
Let me
still,
go ahead. Let me go ahead and give you just one little bit of advice. When it comes to rent money, you make sure that you have it pulled out of your account at least 2 weeks prior.
we can go through a whole thing, and I can explain to you why I was at the place that I was at. But let's keep going with the article. So while during her protest, Loomer
Yeah, I don't think Paz would actually. No, I'm kidding.
what?
Nothing.
While during her protest, Loomer complained to a live broadcast audience that at least 10,000 people that she was being silenced.
Hey, Buck.
Yeah.
I saw that in the chat. I thought you were a fucking English major.
Well, I'm not a doctor.
How could you fucking leave out that important word? Pav, you're doing a great
Speed
job
typing?
reading, but this is
I'm gonna let you guys read the articles now.
no, this is a
Revoke
stupid,
his degree.
This is actually a stupid
Get rid-
ass long article, and I am amazed you haven't said fuck it, I give up yet. So bravo, you've lasted. This is the longest article you've actually read.
Me?
Yeah.
I think he said to
No.
read longer, but we're getting close.
Yeah.
We are getting very close because we're about what, a little more than halfway done now.
Yeah, no. While you were gone, Pig, I read like a lot.
No, I mean
okay.
this
Stumbled
particular.
my way through.
What I'm saying, Pav, is that I'm proud of you. And I'd be even more proud of you if you finished the fucking article like a man.
No, why don't you finish it, you fucking cunt?
You fucking cunt.
See, ladies and gentlemen, this is an example of conditioning gone right. instead of him going, I'm sorry, like he would have like the first 2 or 3 episodes, he actually responded in the appropriate manner. Fuck you, cunt.
No, that's called.
We're all pigs now.
I'm rubbing off on you guys. I'm rubbing off on you guys.
Just a bit.
That's not entirely a good thing.
We missed you. That's what it was.
Oh, I love you guys. All right, I'll take over if you really want me to.
Alright. And while during her protest, Laura Loomer complained to a live broadcast audience of at least 10,000 people that she was being silenced. Many of them were watching the stream through Twitter, embeds, or watching it on Periscope because of the Twitter's news alerts. Even in reaching a larger audience, she was still dependent on the platform that had ousted her. Why is that a point? What? Where the hell is this motherfucker going with this?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna read your name, but you are a very strange man. Like,
Are you sure it's a man?
yes, I've right-clicked on their name.
No, seriously. How could you? Did you just assume this person's gender just by looking
Yes.
at their name?
Yes. Well, no, I right-clicked on their name and looked at their Verge profile.
Okay. And you're saying it's a man just because it looks like a man?
Yes.
Fucking bigot.
Okay.
You won't even give me this!
Well, that's something that I've never had an issue with, just being like, fuck you for. So, there's a form of victory in that. Hasn't he already said that in this article? For a few hours, she controlled the Twitter narrative without Twitter's permission, but she also proved again of how necessary the social media outlet is to her messaging. Okay, and your point, like, but she also proved again of just okay. And while Loomer has threatened to repeat her protest at the Twitter's San Francisco headquarters, she is no longer has what? She no longer has novelty.
So like
Novelty.
she's not going to be such an attraction if she does it again.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I popped out for a second there. I was clicking around trying to find something really quick, and I accidentally clicked on the wrong thing.
Oh.
I apologize for the distraction.
She may find it difficult to capture the audience again. For the Canary provocateur running afoul of Twitter and Facebook is dangerous because they're large and ubiquitous, and they have the biggest built-in audiences. They also have a final say over who gets access and those audiences. Social media platforms.
Basically this whole paragraph is stop fucking with the man. It's not going to end well for you.
I don't understand this guy's point. This doesn't make any sense.
This whole article has just been one twisty turvy freaking race to make the freaking word count at this point.
Yeah, like he's not finishing anything.
This paragraph makes a good point for why fucking social media sites should be regulated.
Regulated.
And everything before that has been no, we shouldn't regulate sites. It's just this one crazy bitch who's claiming conservatives are all Jews, or something to that effect.
I don't know. I mean, I've actually seen a lot of good cases for good arguments for regulating social media.
No, I agree with you. Not to be Dave Rubin.
I've also seen a lot of good cases to not regulate social media, and I'm just like, you know what? Y'all do you. I'm staying out of the argument. I actually don't have a vested interest in regulating social media sites. I don't have a vested interest in not regulating social media sites either. I just don't have an opinion either way. I don't care. Like, regulate them, don't regulate them. I don't care.
Yeah, but this guy's not even making a point either way. He's just jumping around a board and just like this.
Over here, and now over here, and now here, and there, and fuck.
Yeah, no, I get that. I was just saying, this paragraph does make a convincing argument as to why you should regulate social media, because he kind of hits the nail on the head with that. But he doesn't come right out and say it. It's just, it's in there. It's just, it might not even be what he's trying to say, but it's what he's saying.
Yeah, but okay, social media platforms have become de facto governments while retaining their own private powers, which is why people who are perma-banned always cry tyranny. So if The Verge got banned, they would cry tyranny? Is that, like...
It
sounds like they're making a criticism of her, but they're not. That's why I'm so confused with this.
That paragraph sounds more like a criticism of social media, but it's kind of a double-edged criticism. I can't figure it out.
Yeah, it really fucks with the whole agenda of this article. It's like you think it's one thing, and then all of a sudden it's another for like a paragraph.
Like it starts off by criticizing her for being the money that she's getting, like her job depends on her. The attention is your livelihood and your paycheck depends on the spotlight. And then it goes on to, give the reasons why she would be upset for getting banned and why she would be upset for deplatforming. But in a previous article or a previous statement, she said, like, it almost said that she doesn't have as big a following as she thinks she does, but it doesn't say that.
I don't know. I knew who she was, and I'd seen little clips of her every once in a while.
Based on
But-
she
the
was the
tire
girl
incident.
that was claiming, the tire incident. That was the first time I've heard of
Defend
her.
me in my
When
tire,
she-
and then fucking Jim challenged her on that. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bitch?
Then Loomer said she was protesting on behalf of Alex Jones, Milo Yiannopoulos, Chuck Johnson,
Who's
and
that?
others who I don't know who that is, and others who were forgotten just as quickly as they lost their social. There is no way that Alex Jones and Milo Yiannopoulos got forgotten after they lost their social media.
Truth is,
No,
the frogs
I
were
mean-
gay from the start.
In fact, freaking Milo Yiannopoulos losing his Twitter, it actually boosted his
Numbers.
Yeah.
not his infamy. Let's go with that
Yeah.
word. It's not
but-
so much renown, not so much fame, just infamy.
Okay, just
Like it gave him more clout.
Yeah.
they moved on to similar and more niche platforms like Gab, and some fraction of their followers did meet them there. But moving to the fringe necessarily means that you can't affect mainstream except through natural osmosis of ideas. For the provocateur, a person more interested in attention grabbing than serious intellectual work, that's a death sentence. Okay, so I got nothing. I'm just gonna finish this fucking article because I got nothing. For now, the message hasn't struck in for Laura Loomer. Just before she handcuffed herself to the metal door at the Chelsea,
In Chelsea in 35-degree weather.
she joined a class action antitrust lawsuit against Apple, Google, Facebook, and Twitter, which was brought in part because of the defendant believes that the companies entered into an illegal leftist agenda and designed it to effectively overthrow President Trump and his administration.
Okay,
Whoa.
stop right there.
Jesus Christ.
Your class
Slow
action
down,
lawsuit
slow
is...
down there. Slow down there. Let's take off the tinfoil hat for a moment so your brain can breathe.
That class action lawsuit is dead in the water.
Yeah, no.
Like you would have to prove like something was done impartially. Like you can't say like, oh, I'm suing these people because of a leftist agenda. Like that's not gonna fly in court. Like with fucking Fallout 76.
Not only that.
Fallout 76 has a better case for a class action lawsuit than fucking Laura Loomer.
Yeah, I mean, freaking Bethesda's being investigated right now by a law firm for false advertising and
false advertising,
and shady practices.
Yeah.
Shady
they
business
said-
practices.
They said that they would allow for refunds, and then they backtracked on it when they saw the backlash. Also,
So when are we getting our canvas bags?
yeah. Also, the nylon because
The
Like,
year
let's sell your
2076, I
product.
bet.
Actually, I just saw a video from Heel versus I saw that Heel versus Babyface put up a video addressing just that. But not only does it just not have any chance in court, she just kind of fucked herself with
Yeah.
anything even being heard by pulling this little fucking stunt.
Yeah.
yeah, they're just entered into an illegal leftist agenda and designed to effectively overthrow President Trump and his administration. What?
No, that tells me
Ooh.
your class action suit is being brought on purely political grounds, and that's not impartial. Goodbye. Like you can't take this to court and say this affects the average consumer.
No, you can't.
You really
Yeah.
can't. It just class action lawsuits are meant to protect the average consumer, not just someone who has been wronged.
Right.
So, like, I've gotten some letters from, like, oh, there's been a class action suit on this dairy company. You know, claim now to get your, like, $20 in paid. I'm like, nah, fuck you. But
$20. No, I'm good.
I actually got.
I haven't got
involved in a
sick on
class
dairy
action
products. I'm
lawsuit,
fine.
And I got $68 out of it. I had purchased the GTX 970, which the marketing for it was that it had 4 gigs of RAM.
It didn't have 4 gigs of RAM, did it?
No.
No, it had 3.5 gigs, and so there was a class action lawsuit that was put out like less than like 4 months later, and it took it like an entire year, but I ended up getting a check for 60 something bucks because that was the amount that I was lied about given back to me because I bought 2 cards.
Well, usually
Okay.
it's because, like, there's, the class wants so much, supposedly, and then that is divvied up amongst the plaintiffs.
All the plaintiffs involved.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, if I don't respond, then it's like, oh yeah, someone else take this $20 and divvy it up. I don't fucking care. I never got sick off of fucking milk anyway. So,
What she doesn't understand is that her career in social media limelight, as she knew it, is over. She has followers on Facebook and YouTube, but they're a fraction of how many she once had on Twitter.
she has a YouTube channel?
Apparently.
Giant, bold-faced question mark?
Who cares?
Yeah.
I'm just
Who
like,
cares if she has a
okay.
YouTube channel?
Okay, all that's left for her now is move further and further from the place where people are, away from the audiences who are even now forgetting her. Loomer didn't reply to The Verge's request for an interview, so there was literally no conclusion to this article. There was no
Nope.
point that was made.
There was no argument
this
or
is-
conclusion.
This is a very good example of bad journalistic writing. I think someone should direct this towards Vernaculus and say, "Hey, critique."
Fuck him up.
Um,
Well, never mind. He doesn't do YouTube videos anymore, does he?
not really. I
He
haven't
does
seen
them
any
few and
video.
far between. I think he's taking a
I
break.
think. No, yeah, I think the last time he actually did a YouTube video was like a year ago. When he started to.
He's
when
done
he-
some more recent ones, but they
Has he?
pertain more to writing.
Yeah, I thought he decided not to make YouTube videos anymore so he could focus on his writing.
He doesn't get so
made
political,
a
but he
few-
does do. I think the last one I watched was about Elizabeth Warren coming to his state to campaign for the midterms,
Mm-hmm.
and like how he got his photo taken with her and everything, and it's just like, oh yeah, this is really shallow. Because she was like, oh, you just get out there and vote, go and vote, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, but you didn't talk
Why?
about real issues. You didn't sell people on who to vote for. You just said, vote for me because I came out and took my photo with you. That's... What
Yeah.
a convincing argument.
Speaking of another convincing argument, someone hacked printers worldwide, urging people to subscribe.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
I saw that too. And here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. He only hacked 50,000 of them.
He had.
Keywords
He
being
had-
only.
So he had access to like 800,000 of them,
Yeah.
and he only hacked 50 of them. And on top of the main reason he did the hack was because he was green hat. He's green hat, right? And he
Or
finds these.
white hat.
He finds. No, he's green hat. White hat works directly for the company. Green hat's freelance, according to my understanding.
Okay, that's the first time I've heard the term coming into use. But hey,
All right,
whatever.
so you have black hat, white hat, green hat, red hat.
Gray
I can't
hat.
remember what
Gray hat's another
gray
one.
hat. Yes, and gray hat. White hat works directly for companies and is contacted to do this work,
Uh-huh.
right? Black Hat are the people who are fucking shit up just to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
They're usually the ones that are just breaking things to break things.
Yeah.
Green Hat is like White Hat, except they're wild. They're feral, almost. If you could describe it that way. They find these problems and they alert people to these problems and they get paid for it when they do it. But they aren't specifically contracted to do it. And what he did is he found this exploit in printers. And he made the printers print out a message saying, "Hey, you need to fix this. It's here." And how else was I going to get your attention? And then also subscribe to PewDiePie down with
T-Series.
whatever the name, T-Series, yeah.
Yeah.
See,
So he's Green Hat.
I thought White Hat hackers are the same thing. Although
No,
they,
White Hat
my-
are actually directly contacted by companies and contracted to check certain things, to do certain things.
Okay,
Whereas
my-
Green Hat are freelance. They do certain things and then they contact companies and said, "Hey, here's this thing," and then the companies pay them.
Yeah. Okay. So it's changed. Back when I learned the terminology, White Hat was someone who would hack a company and then say, "Hey, I've exploited all of your security systems in this way. Here's how you can fix X, Y, and Z." Nothing was affected. I didn't take any information. Just so you know. But at the same time, at that time when I learned those terms,
Yeah, no, that's
White Hat
my
hackers would get sued by those companies and fucking taken to court.
No, right.
Yeah,
but
no,
white hat
that's-
hackers are normally like they work for a company.
Yeah.
From what I know.
So Green Hat sounds like a better way to put it because you're like,
Yeah.
I have literally no ill will. Just fix your shit.
Yeah, no, that's Green Hat. They do these things and they'll contact people and they'll contact companies and say, "Hey, I found this." And
Yeah. What Merc said, but like back when I learned what a white hat hacker was, back when I was in fucking tech school, which was a good 5 years ago, it's like a white hat was what Pink is calling a green hat.
well,
Does that it doesn't
actually,
make sense now?
I'm pretty sure White Hat has. I learned this like back when I was just coming out of high school. Right, I learned the difference between both.
Man, DigiPen was really fucking behind the times for being a fucking cutting edge tech school. Fuck them.
You're thinking about this now, like if this wasn't obvious to you, like
To me?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know better at the time.
Yeah, Black Hat
I was a fucking
is,
CS student. I was like, I'm learning the basics. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
So I didn't
Merc
know the
Merc
rank.
just broke it down. Yeah, Merc just broke it down in the chat pretty succinctly. Black Hat, a hacker named 4chan. Yeah, that's Black Hat.
Who is this
Gray Hat is-
4chan? He's probably
Gray
a
Hat is a
system
mix of
admin.
above, and then Green Hat. Sometimes they get paid. Sometimes.
they go
Sometimes.
to they get sued.
Sometimes they get sued and then they go to jail. Well, actually, the last time I actually heard of a lawsuit against a Green Hat, the Green Hat won. Because he proved that he didn't steal anything and that all he was doing was trying to show them that they had vulnerabilities.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, wonderful! Oh, wonderful!
I think
From-
I think there's been more developments towards green hat hackers in this case. That's like, okay, come on. I don't want to actually make off with shit.
Yeah, Red Hats usually have their own security companies where they develop the tools that you're talking about, Merc.
Blue Hat's new.
No,
Well,
I've heard of Blue Hat. I just couldn't remember what it was.
To me, it is. I haven't heard that term before.
All right, so you remember Do you remember the movie Live Free or Die Hard?
Yeah.
Oh God. Yes.
So, and at a portion of it, the hacker dude starts talking and says, "Well, I went white hat years ago." He was actually technically a blue hat because he was um, contacted by companies to do that stuff.
Hmm. Another tidbit of information: Apple CEO Tim Cook comes out to say hate speech has no place on our platforms.
Surprise, surprise.
Is this segueing into the fucking Tumblr article?
Yes.
Because I really think that's what kicked things off.
Yeah.
So, next article.
Do we have another article? I mean, I know we wanted to talk about the Yellow Jackets, which is a cooler name than the Yellow Vests, by the way.
Yeah.
Well,
Seems like
actually,
they're
we
actually
have
there
a
to
shit
fuck
ton
things
of
up.
articles,
Okay,
but
so-
we've been at this for
so-
2 hours, so I say
I'll give you all a choice. Yellow Vest or Tumblr?
Yellow Vest, because I don't think
Yellow
we found
Vest
a
it
good,
is.
Or no, the other one, but okay.
Yeah, let's do Tumblr.
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 I think we
Tumblr's-
found a good article on the Yellow Vest.
Yeah, we didn't. The Yellow Vest riots. What can be said? The freaking all of the rural farmers and white people who aren't affected, who are affected by the price increase in gas, decided to riot and say "fuck you" to the
Fucking
cosmopolitans.
Cynic. Where's the coonskin hat? I'm a coonskin hacker. What do you do?
What?
I even never to figure out how I can fuck my sister. Fuck.
I thought it was.
I'm
gonna
going
be
to hell
something
for that
about,
joke.
I only hack black people.
I only
the
hack
fuck?
black people and my sister.
Yeah. What?
Technically, she's also my cousin.
And mother.
Pop, they're redneck jokes. Come on.
No, I know, and I said and mother.
Oh, and mother. Okay, I thought you said and what?
I said and mother.
And it's not redneck
kid,
jokes, by the way.
You better behave or I'm gonna fucking hack your mom, if you know what I'm saying.
They're actually hillbilly jokes. Rednecks don't commit incest. It's the hill people.
Hillbilly hacker jokes. Then okay.
Get it right, Buck.
I don't live on the East Coast. We don't have that problem here. We just have people fucking horses.
Well, apparently the horses are fucking the people, and the people are dying.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
The horse hacked the man. That's so. I have to say on that.
That horse is like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going in raw.
Screw your optics. I'm going in.
So Tumblr is removing adult content on the 17th month.
Oh, we're going to hell. We're going to YouTube hell. Hey, dude, you're part of the channel, all right? You're part of the antics. You encourage the antics sometimes.
Most of the time. Alright, so how's Tumblr's adult content crackdown? Could... You guys are fucking reading this. I'm done reading. I've been reading like
All right.
1, 2 hours now.
All right,
Oh
let me
my God.
pull up the article. Where is it?
I'm gonna get one more beer really quick. I'll be back in a second.
Okay, all right.
Uh,
Where is it? It's a CNN one, right? Yep. We'll wait for Buck to get back really quick. Oh man, I'm actually having a lot of fun with this episode tonight.
We barely even went into articles.
Yeah, but that's okay because I think our best shows are the ones where we go into the articles, but the focus isn't the articles. I mean, it is the articles, but we're not doing like 8 or 9 different articles. It's like, what do y'all think?
Rip 4 channels and 1 community strike. Yeah, we all do now have YouTube channels.
Yeah.
But it looks like Pig's the one who's actually going to be posting on a regular basis.
So I'm the only one that might actually possibly be successful with it.
Yeah, because
That'll never happen.
the last two things the last thing I posted, the last thing Buck posted were shit posts. Like,
And I save my shit posting for Locked and Loaded and Twitter.
Good plan, great plan.
Alright. So
Alright, so
Buck
yeah, I'll
hasn't
go.
read anything. No, Buck hasn't read
Oh,
anything.
good, my turn.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So, from CNN Business. How Tumblr's adult content crackdown could alienate users. I shit
All
you
of
not,
them.
earlier today I saw people on Twitter posting about how Tumblr banning not safe for work content is anti-LGBT.
Oh my god.
I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? I don't like it either, but are you fucking kidding me? Tumblr says it is banning images and videos that feature, quote, adult content including pornography, as opposed to what else? From its platform. The change, which will start December 17th, threatens to alienate some of the blogging website's most active communities. Yeah, man. The company said Monday that it will no longer allow any images or videos of sex acts, nor will it allow, quote, real-life human genitals or female-presenting nipples. What?
What?
Presenting nipples?
Female
Is that-
presenting.
Hang on
That
a
is
second.
a hyphenated term.
Let's break this down. Female presenting nipples. Now, when you say presenting, do you just mean like a woman showing her nipples, or you mean that the nipples have to be standing at full presentation?
You'd have to ask Tumblr about that.
I don't.
Because I don't
Okay.
get it. That doesn't make any sense. However, they said nothing about ass pics, so we got them there,
I mean,
boys. Just post ass pics to Tumblr.
I will say that I do understand that. I actually do understand the hyphenating. Female presenting nipples is nipples that are on boobs, on the boobages. Whereas male presenting nipples, they're not on boobages.
Just say
Okay.
topless women.
What? Yeah.
Holy shit.
They can't say topless women in this environment because, well, not all women have breasts anymore. Okay,
But
not all
some
women
have
had
teenage
breasts
penises.
before. Yes,
Buck,
yes.
Buck, you have
Some of them have very large clitorises.
Okay.
This is precisely why I drink. It will make exceptions for non-sexual content, including breastfeeding photos and, quote, health-related situations, such as sex reassignment surgeries and mastectomies.
Merc. Yes, Mr. Nippington, that is a wonderful female you're holding.
So, you can only post breastfeeding photos on Tumblr, or you have to be a
Health-related-
doctor.
Okay.
Tumblrcide,
going.
everybody. The decision comes weeks after Tumblr's mobile app was removed by Apple from the App Store. Soon after the app was removed, Tumblr acknowledged that it had found and removed material related to child sexual abuse on its website. So you get rid of that. Don't punish fucking everybody.
You know, my roommate made a solid argument about that. He said it would take too much manpower to go in and pick out all of the child porn out of the whole bag. And
Buck, check your DMs.
I did.
look, check
I
the
did check the DMs.
Also, Meyer
I should put this in show
posted
construction at
something to
least.
you.
You should.
I will copy this over and It is going here.
Just
I'd bring it up, but YouTube might hate us.
put it in no
YouTube
pop,
already
no.
hates you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put it in no pop no. That's what it's there for.
You guys, the first time me and you were alone in the stream, Pig, we were talking about sex positions. Like, I mean, we weren't technically alone. Buck was there. He was just asleep.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, good. I will be an amateur forever.
Yes, yes, you will.
The decision... Okay, I read that one already. At the time, Tumblr said the material appeared on the website because it had slipped past a filter. The company scans images uploaded to the website against an industry database. The content in question had not yet been included in the database, according to Tumblr.
Interesting.
Oh!
By expanding its list of banned material, Tumblr said it wants to make more people feel comfortable expressing themselves on the platform. Tumblr will still allow written adult content, including erotica, fanfiction, and other creative writing. Bitch, have some principles. It's either all of it's okay or none of it's okay. Barring the kitty stuff.
No. See, that's exactly what they're doing. They're
going with the none of it. But then,
pornographic images. They're removing all pornographic images because pornographic images are they're harder to scan for in their filters. Whereas,
but they're saying it's
written
banning
content.
But they're still saying they're banning adult content.
Well, it's not. Okay. It is not Tumblr saying they're banning all of the adult content. It is the journalists saying that Tumblr said they're banning all adult content.
I'll see if I can pull up the they made
yeah,
a post
pull up
about
the
it.
actual post, and then we'll know exactly what they said.
Let's see here. Someone DM'd it to me earlier. Who was it? Here it is. Okay, I've got the page pulled up from Tumblr's Help Center on adult content.
Mm-hmm.
It's adult content allowed on Tumblr starting December 17th. Adult content will not be allowed on Tumblr regardless of how old you are. You can read more about what kinds of content are not allowed on Tumblr in our community guidelines. If you spot a post that you don't think belongs on Tumblr, period, you can report it from the dashboard or in search results tab or click share menu, blah, 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 blah. What is, quote, adult content? Adult content primarily includes photos, videos, or GIFs that show real-life human genitals or female-presenting nipples, and any content including photos, videos, GIFs, and illustrations that depict sex acts. Okay, so it doesn't include writing.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, it does not include writing.
Yeah. So,
I don't agree with their assessment.
I mean, I don't have a problem with their assessment at all. I mean, it is the one surefire way to make sure that kid porn does not slip past your filters. Ban it all.
Unless it's written.
If it's written, it's written. It's not an actual image depiction. It's like, I'm not sure the laws are specific enough to actually account for written fiction. All they can really account for are images depicting.
Okay, we can have a debate about this later. Moving back to the article. Because I will I'll put my fucking flag down and be like, no, this is still adult content. It is still...
No, I agree. It is still adult
So-
content, but it's I don't know. It's the way the laws
You
are.
at least get where I'm coming from. So
Yeah, it's just it's the way that the laws are. It's all really based around imagery and drawings and images, things that actually
but Lolita is
portray
perfectly
a
fine.
picture. Apparently.
Fucking The company will enforce the new rules through a combination of automated detection, human moderation, and assistance from community members who flag objectionable posts they find. Accounts found in violation of the rules will be made private, though the owners will be given a chance to appeal. Okay.
Okay.
Tumblr, which was founded in 2007, quickly drew young users and became a haven for creative fan communities. Creative fan communities, quote unquote.
Young users, quote unquote.
It was sold in 2013 to Yahoo for $1.1 billion. Goddamn.
That was...
A company that itself was acquired by Verizon last year.
We figured it out, folks. It's Verizon. Verizon is doing this to Tumblr.
Hey, Galaxy, can you just not? Fuck off. A year before the
what was
Verizon
that?
sale. No, just it was fucking lighting up on me. A year before
Your
the
phone?
Verizon sale. Yeah, because okay, so small tangent. My phone is lighting up with voluntary extra time opportunities that I can't take because they're anywhere from 11 o'clock at night to 8 in the morning. Like, those are the shifts you can work, is 11 p.m. to 8 a.m.
Okay.
And I keep getting text alerts for it because night crew is apparently short-staffed. That's how it's going to be until January. So,
Okay.
yeah. Anyway,
I
moving
mean,
on.
if I were you, I'd say, fuck it. I don't need to sleep.
Nibba, I am not showing up to work at 1 in the afternoon and working until 8 in the morning the next day. They
Why
will
not?
send me home.
I've done it.
We are only allowed 30 hours a week.
Oh.
They will
Okay.
send us home.
Yeah, because you're part-time,
So-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone is part-time and they're only allowed...
So just...
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, if
so
you
get
go
so
over
get
that,
your
they
get
will
your,
require
so
you-
what you do you get your 30 hours in like 2 days, and then
say,
you're good.
fuck it, I'm not coming in the other 2 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't be the first
There you
time. It wouldn't be the first time I've worked fucking 32 hours in 3 days. Fight me, boy.
What was it?
Article.
Yeah, no.
though.
If they, okay, keep going.
No. Go on, Puff. Go on. I'm being a dick. Go on.
If you work over 30 hours as a part-time employee, too many times the state will require the company to list you as full-time and require them to pay portions of your health insurance and other kinds of benefits. So that's the reason why they keep
we
you
already
under
get
it.
benefits. Even as part-time employees, they give us benefits. They're not very good.
Amazon, they're very evil, yet they still care.
Yeah. But what Pig said. So, okay.
He
Here-
can't actually say it because his Amazon overlords are watching.
Yeah. Daily reminder, everyone, Jeff Bezos watches this podcast every week. He DMs me and says, great work, or fuck off, kid. At the end of each one. So,
It's usually great work. I'll see you in the morning for my blowjob.
yeah, for my morning wake-up call.
Oh,
Listen, that bald head in the morning, boy, does it shine, I tell you.
The lower one.
They both do. He has a spotlight just at the perfect
he
angle.
was requested by HR to stop presenting it to people, even though he was so proud of it.
Yeah,
Um,
so on
And then he
Craigslist,
fired HR.
yeah, but he's pretty good on Craigslist. Listen, I need someone to come in and polish my spear collection. My 17th century spear collection,
By the way, it's a collection of one.
and it's very short. It's more like a throwing javelin.
It's
Not really a
it's,
pike.
It's also really fleshy and is only stiff when being manipulated.
It's a Nordic spear. You have to pray to Odin 3 times, and then you can polish it.
Spit polish.
Otherwise, it just won't behave. A year before the Verizon sale,
Moving back to the article.
Yahoo wrote in the value of its Tumblr purchase by $482 million, citing low projections for its performance. Yeah, because no one's making money off of Tumblr. Literally no one. It's like Instagram, but for porn.
I actually thought that my description was best.
No, yours
It's
is
the-
better.
It's the neckbeard version of Tinder. Or Grindr, depending on which one you like.
Yeah, you just grind up with cartoons.
No, actually, I a lot of
Tumblr,
People
the
that
one
over
place
Tumblr.
where you get to fuck your favorite Steven Universe character.
non-Newtonian spear chucking.
No, Merc, that is Neil deGrasse Tyson's spear.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds more like a Neil deGrasse Tyson. I almost said
And
Titan.
let me tell you, boy,
I
that thing
wouldn't
does
be
not.
wrong.
That thing does not bend for anybody.
Not even Neil deGrasse Tyson.
No, he has no control over it. He's like, well, fuck. I can tell you about the
And
laws of
that's what he
science
does.
except for my dick. It doesn't obey any of them. An estimated 21.3 million people in the
The
U.S.
known laws of physics do not cover the penis of Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Nope. What the fuck? Someone's messaging me on Steam about the fucking Tumblr purge. I don't even
Tell
think
them
he's
to
fucking...
fuck off. You're in the middle of something.
I'm in the middle of talking about the Tumblr purge on my fucking show.
So let's go ahead and ignore all interjections and interruptions so we can get through this because it is 11:30
Yeah, let's power
For
through
me?
this.
and I've got footage to record in the morning.
Yeah. So, 21.3 million people in the U.S. use the website at least once per month. That's a pretty lousy metric.
Yeah,
Like,
that
no,
is-
okay, come on, once a month? No. It's more effective if you say how many people use it a day. Come on. A 2016 study by researchers in Italy found only 0.1% of users uploaded pornographic content to the website, but the same study found that 22% of Tumblr users liked or reblog such material, while another 28% were unintentionally exposed to it.
I really want to watch Neil deGrasse Tyson, one of his freaking documentaries now.
The metaphysics of Tumblr porn. There we go. Let's get him
That's
to
his
host
next
it.
one, at least.
Yep. The decision to ban adult images could have a major effect on some of the website's most active posters, including its fan communities. These groups often write stories and create graphic art based on TV shows, movies, or books they love. Some of the work is sexual in nature. So,
Some.
okay, hold on.
90% of it's sexual in nature.
I'm sorry. Wait. Just personal critique with this writer. Tumblr said they're not going to police essentially lewd writing, but the writer says it may affect lewd writing. Make your decision now. What are you doing?
Right? Stop contradicting yourself in your own fucking article, you fucking
Son of a
moron.
bitch. There's a lot of the danger of false positives, said Casey Feisler, an assistant professor at the University of Colorado Boulder, who researches social media. Social media regulation and fandoms. There's a comma there, fuck. I think that the fandom community in part has been really burned by this in the past, and they're rightfully freaking out now. Well, no
Whoa.
shit. I know a lot of
Rimsky.
3D artists who are kind of having a stroke because this is how they get their stuff out, through Tumblr, and now it's like, bye.
Hey, Rimshi, sorry, I know no more distractions or anything. Rimshi, did you fucking leave the server?
No, she's never been here.
Are you serious? I thought I just thought he's been here since the beginning.
Nope. Well, not on
Oh.
the Discord.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's probably.
I thought he was in the Discord server.
We'll get him in. We'll get him in.
Oh, well, no, he isn't. He just joined.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to the party, buddy.
Okay.
Continue.
It wouldn't be the first time strict content standards cause people to leave a service. Pfizer said that's what happened to LiveJournal 10 years ago. What the fuck is LiveJournal? The popular blogging site started prohibiting what it considered objectionable content, and a large number of accounts were deleted.
I've never even heard of LiveJournal.
No, I haven't either. Users moved on to other platforms, including Tumblr, and now a whole bunch of fucking Tumblr artists are moving to Newgrounds. So,
Interesting.
go figure.
I mean, we knew it was going to happen. It's like
Yeah.
90% of our user base no longer have a place on this platform. Where's everybody going? Where are they? Oh no! I just
Newgrounds
lost
is like sitting
90%
there with
of my
open arms,
user
like
base.
we have tanks and we have porn. Come on over.
Oh my god! That just reminded me of something that I saw earlier on Twitter. Apparently, Antifa has a tank division now.
Oh no.
Hang on, let me see if I can
Are-
find it.
Do they have
Well, let
real
me see if
tanks
I
or
can
just
find it.
really fucking fat people?
Yes.
Good answer.
I hope I can find it.
I'm going to keep reading. Pfizer said fan communities could move elsewhere, including to new platforms such as Pillow Fort. That's the first I've heard of it. Sounds like a fucking blog for women with tits the size of Volkswagens. She has also researched the migration of many groups to more isolated but private communities, such as the chat app Discord. Okay. What? If you post it on Tumblr, your best bet is Discord, which is Skype, but for groups of people who play games. CNN, what the fuck are you doing? Other groups could be hit by the change, too, including LGBTQ users, sexual assault survivors, and sex workers who use the service to connect with each other and talk about safety issues, Feisler said.
What?
No.
That's stupid.
No. I don't see ads for prostitutes on Tumblr. I see
You're
porn
not
on
looking in the right
Tumblr.
spots.
Just, oh my god.
You're just not looking in the right locations, buddy.
Evidently not. Evidently not. Just, what the fuck? I worry about this kind of thing having a disproportionate impact on people who use social media to connect with others who are struggling with issues of their own sexuality or gender identity. Feisler. What?
Why?
No. Sexuality or gender identity, comma, end quotation, Feisler. No, it's Feisler said. Not Oh my god. Fire your goddamn editor. Oh my god, CNN, kill yourselves. This is a place they can also go to find support. Blah, 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 blah.
I'm doing this all wrong. I should be looking for the person that I know posted it and just clicking on their profile and finding it there.
Even if the new rules drive away users, the issue might not matter much for Verizon, Tumblr's parent company. Tumblr's now bundled in a collection of media properties that was, until recently, called Oath. The division has since been rebranded as Verizon Media Group. Quote, it's safe to say that Tumblr is pretty immaterial to Oath these days. There's relatively little ad revenue there, said Brian Weiser, it's German, an analyst at Pivotal Research who covered Yahoo before it was acquired by Verizon. Changes probably won't be noticeable to Oath, let alone to Verizon. Okay. Oh, what?
Found it. I found it.
Did you really?
Yes.
Alright. Why did you post that? Okay.
I'm sorry, Rimshi just brain fucked me, and it took me a couple of minutes to recall the conversation that that we had a little while, a couple of months ago now. Wild, dude. And there you go. They have a tank division.
She's not disabled. Alright, so there's a person on... So I've never been to Tumblr, right? Never really used it. So I decided to go check it out. And obviously, knowing me, the first thing I type in to look up is Fallout. Just, to see what it is.
Okay.
And one of the peoples that I should follow, connected to Fallout, for some reason, is named Assigned Nipples at Birth.
Assigned nipples at birth?
Yes.
Okay.
No? Doesn't make sense? Okay.
No, it's just kind of flying over my head on that one.
Referring to female presenting... Never mind.
No, I get it's just...
Back to the article.
That's the end. It's done. It's over.
Yeah,
Never mind, I don't have a way to back out of this. Fuck you all.
Nope, you sure don't. That's a failure just not going to be able to get away from, buddy.
I'm just so confused. This is a very odd site to be in. Like, everything is strange. Oh, here's a funny one. It shows two people, like joining hands in unison, and one of the arms is Bethesda, the other
penis?
arm is Tumblr, and then at the conjoining hands it says not knowing how to basic code.
That's fucking funny.
Oh, that's great. So I think it would be a good idea to just go ahead and end it there, guys.
Yeah. Good plan, great plan.
All right, well, I'll just close it out then, ladies and gentlemen. I know there's actually ladies and gentlemen in the audience this time. Thank you all for coming out and watching and laughing at us and with us. This has been your Monday Night Locked and Loaded Tumblrcide.
I got
words
no
and phrases. I got nothing. Yeah.
It's another Monday. Good night, everybody.